I always have said that I wanted Greenville to be the most beautiful and livable city in America. We had a long way to go in 1995 and 1996. Downtown was still a place you didn't go, and we never had any visitors or tourists or appeared on any go-to list and that kind of thing. But we had so much potential. But I wanted to come in and really focus on livability, that economic development really depended on what kind of livable city we were all about. If those of us who lived here enjoyed it so much, then people would want to invest here, they'd want to visit here. That's always been my conviction. Well, for me, it started with the neighborhoods. It started where people live. For the first time, we funded sidewalk construction. It seems like a small thing, but it's not. We needed sidewalks in our neighborhoods. Traffic calming, the speed humps was my first couple years in office. Greenville had never seen that before. And above all, just the idea that people in the neighborhood should have a voice in city government. So we started to seriously encourage the creation of neighborhood associations and start to invite people to participate in city government. And if I'm proud of one thing above everything else, is that we haven't ever turned back on that. Let's play to our natural assets, what makes us unique, what makes us different. And that was kind of the focus, always has been for me, for downtown Greenville. When I came in, I saw Greenville had some great assets with these beautiful trees up and down Main Street and the wide sidewalks. We had the Peace Center. But the problem was, between the Hyatt at one end and the Peace Center at the other end, there was really very little in between. It was like vacant buildings under the trees. Yeah, so we focused on creating a strong mixed-use environment downtown that is getting a good balance of residential, office, and retail. Residential being what we had to focus on first and foremost, and I really do think that's one of the secrets of our success. And then the other focus was on realizing what we called at the time, we called it the personality of downtown. What do we have that makes us unique and different? Many of the key assets of the city that people so much enjoyed just simply weren't here. I mean, the Poinsett Hotel was boarded up and kind of scary, a little bit dangerous. The river didn't exist, nobody went there, and the waterfall was covered over by a highway bridge, a 4-lane highway bridge. And then you had the rest of the area was all blighted buildings, and you certainly didn't go down there. Looking at projects that were transformational, the Mass General Store opening, the Poinsett Hotel, after being abandoned for 30 years, reopening that was extremely important. Also brought development down to this end of Main Street in a fundamental way. The building up of the residential sector. And then absolutely, the real game changer for me, because I lived through it, was the decision to remove the Camperdown Bridge and reclaim Reedy River Falls, which had been hidden away for, I think it was 30 years at that time.
Today, in many respects, is like a homecoming, a great homecoming for the entire Greenville community. And today, the city of Greenville offers an invitation to all the citizens of Greenville to return to the birthplace of Greenville here at Reedy River Falls. It's a very special occasion.
Falls Park as a whole and the Liberty Bridge gave something to Greenville that it never had before. It gave us a real identity, something we're all proud of, and it's sort of the touchstone for our community. And we didn't really have that before then. We took a public survey and asked the question about the baseball stadium, and I think it was something like 80% said we should leave the stadium where it is, off of Interstate 85 on Malden Road. Only because I had a very supportive city council that really understood that we needed to bring the baseball stadium downtown, which is one of those additional things you do to get people in the habit of coming downtown, because we didn't have that back then. It was an important ingredient, just like the arena would be, and the Peace Center and all the others. And I had a council that believed in it. I had to have that conviction that this was going to be good. People will love it as we got through the controversies. I can actually recall the first time I ever saw someone downtown who I identified as a tourist. Looking in my office out the window at the newly installed Joel Poinsett statue, and I saw something that I honestly had never seen before. I saw a person with a camera this is before iPhones, a camera taking a picture of the Joel Poinsett statue. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, we have a tourist in downtown Greenville. It was that remarkable to me. There was a kind of a longing to, yes, we want to grow. We want to be a better city in every respect, but that's the key. We want to grow the right way. We want the city to always be about ourselves, first and foremost, things that are appealing to our residents. And then if we do that right, other people will want to join us. Tourists will want to come. People want to move here. And that's exactly the way it's turned out to be. But it's just been wonderful to see how people are attracted to some fundamental things like, green spaces and water, the natural assets of the city. So you put the trees on Main Street that were the legacy of the Heller administration and many others before me, and you put that together with the reclaiming of the Reedy River and the whole West End, and it's just it's all based on very things that just hit people in their heart, I guess. And you got trees and water and beauty, and then you add to that public art and great architecture, and that's why you've got such a wonderful, vibrant city.